back here in the wonderful smelling daytime kitchen this morning for Food City Friday with Chef Julie. Oh, you brought my pizza out, and it smells so good.
To go. Yeah,
I cannot wait.
Absolutely. I mean, it's real easy to cut, and you see how good the crust is
And I love the fact that you have all the pizza gadgets.
Oh, you got to. You know, I think if guys knew how many cool tools you could have, there'd be a lot more of them in the kitchen.
You got the cutter.
I got the cutter. I got
what do you call this?
This is called a peel.
Called a peel. Yep. You have this silicone mat here that shows you exactly how to make pizza dough on it and everything.
And
the grill.
The pizza oven.
Yeah.
Now, this is not a fancy pizza oven. This is a poor man's version of a pizza oven. But you actually just put that on your grill, whether it's a gas grill, a charcoal grill.
Right.
And just however hot you can get your grill, that's as hot as you can get that. There's a pizza stone inside of it that you can actually remove and clean. But that's one of my new toys, which kind of inspired me for today's segment, because it's like, you know, in summer, you don't want to heat up the house.
Right.
Make it on your grill. And again, it's a social thing. You got people over. Everyone gets to make their own little pizza. You're cooking it on the grill outside and gathering around. And it's just a lot of fun.
Now, if we're talking about a stove like this versus a grill or something like that, what temperatures are we looking at? Or is there variation in temperatures?
When I bake this one, it's about at 425, 450.
Okay.
I don't know how hot you can get your grill, but if you go to your favorite place that does real, like wood-fired pizzas, that's 1,000 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
And because you're going to be cooking it hotter, you want a different dough. And so I have a dough recipe, which actually came from this wonderful book called the Matzah Cookbook. Nancy Silverton is amazing.
I love the name.
Well, that's her restaurant.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. She's one of the best. I mean, she's just amazing. And there's a recipe in here, but it takes at least 3.5 hours to make and has some special ingredients. So I reworked it, made a simple version that, you know, if you've got yeast, you can make this at home.
If you got yeast and flour, you can do it.
So go to, again, bakingwithjulie.com. You'll see on that post, Pizza 2 Ways, you'll see the recipe here for this dough, which works better in a really hot oven. It does take a little longer to make than my original, simpler dough, but it's still really good. The important thing, of course, when you're using this kind of oven and you're cooking them quickly, these don't take as long to bake, maybe 8 minutes, whereas one of these might be more like 12. Pre-cook your vegetables.
Yes.
It gets the moisture out, and it also gets it, gets it done so that part's already cooked. That's a really important thing. Using a peel to get it in and out. If you don't have semolina flour, then there's my cornmeal. You put that on there. That works out great.
That is a nice trick to know.
That's a nice trick to know. For yeast, if you're not going to bake very often, get yeast in the packets because it does go bad after a bit. I buy mine in bulk and keep it in a mason jar in the refrigerator or in the freezer. And you want to use the right kind of flour. If you look on this normal bag of flour, the protein says 3 grams. Okay? But if you get bread flour, that's at least 4, sometimes 5 grams of protein. That lets you know it's got a lot of protein, which is gluten, of course. That gives you that really nice structure that you want.
And if you do have a gluten problem, they do make gluten-free pizza doughs and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
So yes,
absolutely.
And the thing I love about pizza is it's completely customizable because if you got a family that's got picky eaters and they like certain things,
let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be pretty. This is rustic, and I pulled this one out because it looks a little bit like an amoeba. Okay, I'm just being real because when you put that on the stone and you're shifting it around and getting it to slide on there, sometimes it messes up. And just like your pizza today, I kind of forgot to put it on there, but it still tastes just the same.
And it's going to be lovely.
And it looks handmade because it is handmade. And that's part of the charm of doing it like this.
And you're putting some love in there.
You are. One little quick tip on putting it on the stone.
Okay.
Get it as close to the edge as you can.
Right.
And if you can just get that little edge in the front to catch on the stone, then you angle and pull back, and it just goes on there pretty as you please. On the hot stone.
One quick question for me on this is how long do you leave? You got a thermometer on there so you can kind of gauge, but you just don't want to put it on the grill and then start sliding your pizza in.
No,
wait till it heats up.
You got to get it really good and hot, and that's true if you have a pizza stone in your oven at home. In fact, Nancy Silverton says to do it an hour before you bake.
Okay.
Get it really good and hot. I didn't quite do that, to be honest. But anyway, good pizza, bakingwithjulie.com, all the recipes, everything you need to know about it.
And all these ingredients you see here today, you can find them at foodcity.com as well. Thanks, Julie, for being here today.
My pleasure.
We appreciate you.